I think when people think about digital ID now, they're all like, oh, no, it's going to come from a centralized entity that's going to chip me, and I'm not going to let anything like that ever happen because, whatever reason. And that's totally different from what self-sovereign identity is proposing, because it's literally a blockchain-enabled personal identification dossier where it acts as a multi-tool. So it can be your driver's license, it can be your passport, it can be your transcript, it can show any certifications that you've gotten automatically, and it can communicate with all different institutions that are participating. And then it can also act as a voting ID, any kind of thing that would require a membership or access to. It would be in one spot, and you wouldn't be holding a card, and it wouldn't be a piece of paper. It would just read your biometrics, some sort of combination of multiple biometrics that would make it, more hard for wrongdoers to take advantage of. But then what that enables is, okay, if there's a digital ID that enables you to vote, why shouldn't there be digital voting? And then this is where we get into, the decentralization of power pillars in partisan politics. So virtual voting leads to this mechanism where, okay, so now we're starting to say people do not have to go to the polls to vote, and everybody has a digital voting ID. So we know kind of right off the bat that there are way more Democrats than Republicans in America. And that's essentially why we have gerrymandering and going to the polls to vote. Those two things solidify the two-party system. Once we start talking about digital ID and digital voting ID and digital voting, then we start to, parlay that into, okay, legislators would be like, if people are allowed to vote from home, why shouldn't we be able to vote from home? So then that would say, all right, since we don't have to go to the Capitol to vote and participate in committees anymore, that opens the door to a wide range of possibility, including going back to what George Washington wanted, 30,000 people, one representative. So that would mean there'd be 10,000 plus representatives, and that automatically opens it up to third parties. It would be a liquid democracy. That one representative would be able to communicate with those 30,000 people over initiatives, and it would be a participatory process. This is all speculation, of course, but you can follow that kind of train of thought that once one of these technologies gets in, there's going to be pressure to move it towards digital and local, and that's partyless politics.